All right, I'm on the back nine of the Coast to Coast tournament in my odd account, in my practice account here. I know what I had. I shot a just a nice clean flat round, didn't pick up anything on the front. And I know what I was doing wrong. I wasn't listening. I didn't have my radio on in the background. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Let's get some music going off in the background. There we go. And Buster's asleep, so I don't have anybody chewing off my leg. And we are ready to roll. So we are on hole number 10. Hole number 10. Let's get this ball rolling. And I am on Juniper Point, hole number 2. All right. All right. I'm going to do the ring. I'm going to change this shot, and I'm actually going to do the right adjustment on my club. I realized yesterday I've been doing the wrong adjustment on my Grizzly for like the last 3 months. Wasn't thinking. Just been playing, no big deal. How come that Grizzly's always off? Yeah, it might be because I'm pulling it wrong. Treating it like it was my short iron. So I'm going to be hitting it, it's at mid club, so I'm going to be hitting it at 1.5 per ring instead of 1.75 like I've been doing for the last, well, ever since they did the buffs on the clubs and they buffed the Grizzly. So it's 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.5. Here we roll. Opponent disconnected. Mike goes first. Let's check Mike out. Played in a few tournaments. Getting at it. A few games. Playing with a Saturn 10. Let's see if they can get it in the cup. 3.3, that Saturn is 1.9 per ring. They moved it a little less than 2. If it was at mid club, it's about 3 per ring. So they just picked a number. 1.1. Yeah, this is one of those holes if you're using that hill. 1.1 times 2.3 equals divided by 1.5. 1.69 rings. So I'm going to do 1.7. 1 and 1. 1.7. Here's 1.5. It's about 1.7. Oh, hitting it great to the right. Just a bit outside. And you have no idea where a perfect would have ended up there, because if you hit it great to the right, it's going to roll down the hill. I have no idea where a perfect would have ended up, whether a perfect would have been in the cup or if it would have been off, would have hit lower down on the hill. That was a great to the right. Would have hit more straightforward, so it would have had more speed, so it probably would have missed farther away. It would have been on the back side of the cup just like that, but it might have been further away. Maybe. And maybe it would have been right in the hole. We will never know because I didn't hit it perfect. Dang it. All right, I will forfeit. Forfeit. Good luck in the tournament. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2. Juniper Point, hole number 6. Here we roll. Let's get in the hole. Juniper Point, hole number 6. Let's see if I can actually hit perfect on this and get it in the cup. This all boils down to just hitting it perfect. I mean, it's super simple. You just shoot it out there. You can use any freaking ball in the bag. Any ball. You can bring any ball here and it'll get up there. I'm using a power 3 ball just because I'm trying to get minimum club. I'm going to have to buy some Kingmakers before this is all over. Now, let's just do that right now. Get that going. Rock and a Grizzly. I'm going to do 2 top spin. Maybe even a little less. Maybe just 1. I'm not trying to get all the way out there. If I get all the way out there, I'm in minimum wedge, and I just feel better hitting my club when it's, especially because that Hornet is at an easy number. It's 2 per ring. It's just a straight up deal. I'm just going to put 1 top spin on it. 3-4. I'm doing 10%, so that's going to be 3-7. That's about 3-7. Nice and easy. Hitting it perfect. Snapping it off. That should put me right at minimum short iron. Good luck. Let's get it done. Let's check out this opponent. See where they're at. 679 million won, 7,800 games. Got some top 10s. Played in a bunch of tournaments. Those top 10s, you start getting top 10s. You can pop up and get a banner or get a win, but usually it's getting yourself to the point where you can consistently be in the top 10 week in and week out. And you're giving yourself that opportunity every tournament. A lot of times the difference between coming in 10th and coming in first is just a couple shots. And putting yourself in that position, depending on what brackets you're playing in. Okay, there's minimum. Do not like how that's rolling there. I don't like how fast it's going through. Hey, come on. 3-1 at minimum is 1.5 rings. Just trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Had to snap it off. I was running out of time. See if I had the distance. Nope. See, the ball guy was lying to me there. I should have put it on. I should have either put max backspin and got right up on it, or I should have started off on the fringe. And whenever you're playing and your ball guide keeps appearing and disappearing like that, it's never good. It's never a good deal. That's never good. I don't normally like to hit from one surface to the next when I'm trying to go to the cup. If you can, it's always best if you can start off on the green. Sometimes you find you can't do that. And so the fringe isn't a bad deal. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Good game. Good luck in the tournament. Did all the niceties. Here we roll. Okay, we got this big par 5 right here. This par 5 is an absolute part of the score. Needs to be getting an eagle on this hole. So it is City Park hole number 3. And there is no gimmies on this hole. I was able to get the eagle on the front, and I had to do it the hard way. I ended up in the rough, got myself way up there, and was able to get in the hole. I'm going to make a note here. This is -5 to the cup. And I'm going to scratch off the 2. I want to be 1 on that. And 1.5. All right. Let's go get the Power 5 ball and my extra mile and my big dog. See if we can get this sucker in the hole. Love you madly. Berserker. And I saved these Berserkers. I didn't play them in the qualifying round. I just shot it out there. I only had 4 of them. Do I have any other? I have another Power 5 ball here that's 2 wind, but it's tough enough to get out there with a 1 wind ball. So this is ideal with a snow globe. Next time they offer snow globes, this is why, like, picking like when you're gonna pull out one of these big balls out of your bag. That's why it cracks me up. I'm seeing all these people out here shooting these new Black Widow balls, and we're just playing. They're on par 3s and they're shooting Black Widow balls. That Power 5 ball does not give you an advantage, and you just wasted it. I suppose if you're buying $100 packs, you have a few to spend, but it. I don't think it's a good use of the ball. They're your balls. You can do whatever you want with them. I don't really hoard balls. I use them when it's appropriate. That's the whole deal. And if you're going to lay it up here, you don't need to waste a Berserker. You can do this with a Power 3 ball. And if you get up there to the tip, I'm doing this with my lower level account, you can get way up there next to that sand with a big dog. Obviously, a Power 5 ball is going to help you get up there, further up there, but you don't have to bring out a Power 5 ball to get this shot done. And even with a level 6 extra mile, I would have tried to pound that sucker down there because if you have a Nirvana in your bag and then they end up in the sand. And they did switch balls. That's good. I want all that top spin and 2 side spin. I want to be dead center in the middle of that fairway. It's 4-4. That's about 2 rings. Take the wind out. I'm going to push the power back in. A little bit of curl. Trying to hit this perfect. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. I hit it 2 rings great to the left earlier and ended up in the rough. I think that trajectory is going to be fine. 2 rings great was just a little too much great to the left. Now this next shot is definitely 1 shot at a time. And this next shot is absolutely no gimme, and I just want to limp up there and get my eagle and get the hell away from this hole. Is that with all the topspin? Okay. I just wanted to. Where are you going with that, dude? I will tell you, when you're in this situation, what I would do on this hole right here is I would just lay where his yellow ring is, where their yellow ring is, that's where I would be shooting to. I would completely lay this up. I would not get greedy in any way, shape, or form. There you go. I would not get greedy in any way, shape, or form. And they pulled it back like that to pull the wind out. I would just lay it up there, and you get yourself in that big of a trouble. Let's not put birdie at risk. Because if you land in that fairway bunker right there, you are in the brown stuff up to your neck. Okay, it's 5-1. It's 2.0 per ring. It's actually a little less, so I'm going to go right about there. I'm going to put just a titch of that power back in. I'm going to lean just a little to the left. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I can just limp up there. There's a slide on this. If you hit that slide, oh shit, it's going to roll down the green. I'm going to have one of those monster putts. I missed a putt on this in the, come on, stop, be nice to me. I got it where it rolled down there, and I had a max overpower putt and missed it in the qualifying round. I was not a happy camper. I came on here and I put on, oh man, it was not very much topspin. I was in that same spot right there. I put on, it wasn't much, but if you put on, there's a fine line, because there's a spot where if you put on too much topspin, and it's not like a lot, like just a little. I was eking towards 2, and it caught it and it slid. And the speed was perfect. It bounced over, everything was good, and then it hit that spot, and the ball took the slide where it just caught the ground and quit bouncing and just slid, and it flew me completely. I mean, it caught air when it went over the back. It was going so fast. It did that right there and caught air when it, and I was not, that's bad. Let's see if we can get this in the cup. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! I can't believe that went in the cup. Jeez, man, that's one of those. I will tell you that Playdemic has fixed that. I shot a video earlier in the year, maybe at the end of last year, because Playdemic had gotten super cute on that whipping out. And anytime your ball started doing the little spin around the cup, it magically popped out. It was the gravity assist, and it was totally out of the realm of physics. Like it's not physically possible for it to do what it was doing. And I shot a video on it talking about gravity assist and why NASA uses that stuff. And not too long after that, they made it so that the ball will, if it gets caught up like that, there are times when the ball can pull out, but it'll go around the cup and it'll come out the other side. That's possible. But when it goes around like this and goes around and then pops out and comes out, once that thing starts spinning around like that, gravity's taking it down. It's going in the hole. And they did change somebody got uncute and put it so that it was a little more realistic. And so those shots can go in now, but I'll tell you, I'm going to have to, hold on. Okay, I gave myself a precardial thump. My heart's beating again. All right. Hole number 13. Hole 13? Dang, that was close. Let's not do that anymore. All right, let's see if we can get up there. I am done on this hole. It goes in, it doesn't go in the right spot. I'm in the right spot. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in between clubs. I have no idea. I'm going to take I can net more forward distance with my QB because it's got a little more topspin. Because where I'm having to set it up, it's not really, I'm going to bring it tight. The king of balls. Just because it's not worth wasting a kingmaker on. It's been one of those holes. It's just been giving me the what now. So let's make a change. I'll switch to a king. Yeah, really, I need a kingmaker. I'll switch when we're out there on the course. I'm trying to get further out there. I'm thinking maybe I can get an opponent. Maybe. The reason I have a hard time getting an opponent sometimes with the odd account is because it's a master's account. And so they will typically match me up with another master. So they got to find another master that's playing rookie. And I'm going to do all of that. Let's get it out there. 4 or 5. I'm doing a 10%, so it's going to be 4-9. I need to turn my grid on. And it's funny. I've said it before. This is I can have that grid on all day long and it'll stay on if I'm just messing around in other apps. But I open up Golf Clash. It's the only app that I run on my device where all of a sudden my grid will disappear. And I didn't give permission to PD to affect any other thing. Anything on my device. They don't have permission to do that. They have terms of use, but I read their terms of service, and them being able to affect the other apps that are running on my device is not part of their terms of service. And I don't give them permission to do that. I'll take my tin hat off. But I'm telling you, I've spent days where I put my grid on and I've just been messing around and doing other apps and playing other stuff and playing other games, and my app never, that grid app never gets messed with. And then I'll turn on PD and or Golf Clash and it'll disappear right at about mid club right there. I'm going to start off. Going right at it. Okay, it's mid club. It's 3.4 divided by 1.75. 1.94 rings. 2 rings. Hitting it perfect. You gotta be shitting me. This hole and hole number 2. Hole number 2, my ball guy's disappearing. I hit it perfect, and it did exactly what the ball guy was saying. It was disappearing and appearing, disappearing and appearing. And here, just a little short. That's 2 strokes right there. That goes from shooting what I'm counting as the minimum score of -12. That puts me at -26, and that puts me in the hunt. In this bracket, it's not going to get you a win, but it puts you in the hunt. So those two shots right there, those were potential winning shots, and not making them. And that's the difference between just being in the top 10 and being at the top, is 2 shots like that where you're that far off. That's how she rolls. See if my opponent can get in the hole. In the hole. Birdie, birdie. And I liked where I was there in my club. I've been the spot that I normally like to hit into. I don't have to start off on the fringe or the fairway. I can go, I've got green all the way to the hole, but it's putting me in between distances on my club, and it's constantly causing me a problem. So I can either continue to have a constant problem or I can hit to a different spot. And I don't really like having to start off. Yeah, there we go. That's that. We should change pictures, dude. I would change pictures, but I can't get in that Facebook account. I haven't been able to get in it in 2.5 years. Facebook changed their security stuff 2.5 years ago, and I got locked out, and I can't get back into it. I've called them to try and get me the thing, and I got all the stuff, and I can't get into it. So, but that's the picture that's on that account. It's funny. Hole 14. Hole 14. What do we got here? This is a par 3. This is the mid par 3. Let's see here. Hole number 14. It's City Park hole number 1. I'm doing backspin on this, I'm sure. I am sure. I'm using a navigator. I'm doing, do I have a Saturn in any of these bags? Let's switch this up. Let's take it in this bag. Yeah, I used a Titan on that last time. I forgot to change. Nav. Which is good. Saved me a Kingmaker. The Kingmaker helps you a little bit on that last hole. It helps you on the drive shot because you can do more side spin to get around, so you don't have to use any curl to speak of. I'm leaning to the right because I want everything on that ball. If I hit it great to the left, if you hit a ball great to the left and you don't have anything on it, it's going to go to the left. Just because it hit to the left doesn't mean it's going to go to the left. If you've got side spin and you've got a little bit of curl on it, the ball's going to hit to the left because you hit to the left. But then the side spin takes effect and the ball came in from the left going to the right because you had curl on it, and it's going to, guess which way it's going to go? It's going to go to the right to wrap around that tree. That's why I put that little bit of curl on there. Even though that doesn't look like a lot of curl, it's still some curl. It's forcing the ball to go in that direction. Nice shot. Nice shot. In the hole. Very nice. Very nice. Do a little of this. Three point seven divided by or times 1.1 equals divided by 1.9. It's 2.14 rings. And I've actually, in this account, the only time I've made a hole in one in this account was when I hit it great to the. Why are you giving me faces, dude? Like, what's the deal? Why are you interrupting my gameplay? Oh, man, I swear to God, there's just a bunch of douchebags that play this game. Why would you do anything? Why would you do anything like that to interrupt when somebody's playing? I guess maybe I need to start being a douchebag when people are doing that. It just seems really wrong to me to do the whole thing, to do it like that. But I guess we have a bunch of people that are like that. So I'd really like that. I'll tell you right now, I've never met people like that on a real golf course, because people that play real golf aren't like that, because they know that they can't get away with it on a real golf course. All right. It's just funny when people are playing games like this, they feel like they can be like that and that it's okay. It's one of those times where you wish that you could find their address so that you could get a hold of the people in your clan and find out whoever lives closest to them, so you could go beat them up. I'm taking a big Tapa Guardian Grizzly. That is the bag right there. That is it. And I am taking a Kingmaker. And this is the distance wise. If you hit it great, if you hit it perfect, the distance is going to be over 390. If I hit it great to the left or the right, it'll be probably like in the 275 to 280 range. It's better, obviously, to hit it perfect, but this shot is, I mean, like money. And I've seen so many of my opponents this week end up, the ones going out to the island, I've seen most of them are successful going to the island, but the ones that are hitting it straightforward, they're using a extra mile instead of their big topper, and I've seen a bunch of epic fails. I'll be 2 rings off that transitional surface. Wind's going to push me forward 3-6, so it's going to push me forward that far. I'm in the clear, and the wind's going 20% farther forward because you're downhill right there, and I'm going to rub against the nubs. Hitting it perfect. Trying for the 390 plus. I was in my low level account yesterday, and I caught the spot where I did that right there, and I got to 400. That right there is way down there. 415. That's what I'm talking about. Hell, that's going to put me in mid club. So mid club's 1.5. I'm not doing, am I doing anything on this to the cup? I'm doing a 5% to the cup. So 1.05 times whatever the wind is. And we'll see where I am at in my club. My opponent is out there in their wood. That's the thing. You hit over there, you're in wood range. I mean, that's as close as you can get to wood. Okay, there's minimum. There's max. So I'm in mid club. So it's 3.5 equals divided by 1.5. It's 2.45 rings. I'm going to pull back just a little so that I don't have to put so much backspin on it. Okay, it's 2.45 rings. There's 2.5. Oh, I was going to let it go on the first time by, but it lagged. Oh! Now I have to make this shot for Albie to save my eagle. I've had 3 timeouts this week. I was going to let it go. I knew I was running out of time, and I was going to let it go on the first time by, and it jogged, and I was like, okay, I got to let it go by one more time. Cost me. All right, let's work that wind again. 1.05 times whatever the wind is. At least I know I'm in mid club right now. .2 equals divided by 1.5. 2.24 rings. .24 rings. There's 2.25. Getting it perfect. Getting a hole. Just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Dropping one on the minimum score from a timeout. It's the same thing I did in my qualifying round. On this account, I got to hole number 7 and timed out. That is a bummer. Now I'm going to have to pick one up on these last 3 holes. And the only hole this week that I haven't picked up a shot on is hole number 7. I've gotten the hole-in-ones. I've gotten Albies on all the par 5s. And made eagles on all the par 4s. The only hole that I haven't picked up the shot on that got the hole-in-one on is hole number 7. So let's see if we can get that on hole number 16. Let's see if we can finally get this shot working. And it is on Juniper Point, hole number 7. All right. I'm bringing it tight. Now, I saved that Kingmaker on that one. I'm going to use a Kingmaker here. Let's use the Kingmaker. All right. I got a Kingmaker. I'm using a sniper. Let's roll. I'm going to do 1.25 as my mid club. Let's see if this goes in the hole. I've been off to the right every single time I've played this. Every single time I played this hole this week, it's been off to the right. Even when I hit to, I just cannot get the ball to go to the left. Started off at the 10. I'm at 30% wind adjustment. I cannot get the ball to go to the left. Tighten 3.7 divided by 1.25. It's 3.25 rings, and I'm going to do 1.8.5. We're going to do 3.25 rings, 3 1/4. 1, 2, 3, quarter. Hitting it perfect. I have no idea where it's going to go. Never done that shot before. It's going to be short. Short! It was kind of on track. Kind of on track. A little too much. Not quite enough topspin. Let's change that to 2. In my 77 account, when I play it, I'm probably going to play it first thing in the morning. I'm going to get up early in the morning and play it first thing in the morning. I may or may not have time to play my 99 account tomorrow, but on my 77 account, I'm going to bring out a Kraken ball. I'm going to play with normally I play this with a nav. I'm going to play it with a Kraken ball and try and cut the wind down a little bit. That headwind is what the deal is. Our normal setup on this, if you've got tailwind, this is a super hole-in-oneable hole, and there is a rough bump you can do. There's a lot of different ways you can go out. I've been trying to work the shot that I normally take and just adjust for the wind, but it's not wanting to get up there. And we're both short. Oh my God. Oh my. It's going to be one of those rounds. Still got 2 great opportunities here. I got a really good opportunity on hole number 17, and I've got a serious Albie chance on hole number 18 to make up for my drop shot off of the what I'm counting as the minimum. My minimum, the minimum score in this tournament is -11, but I can pick up 3. I've got the right club and the right ball. I can pick up hole number 3, and that puts me at -24, and coming in less than -24 is not good. I will say I'm happy that I played my practice account first instead of my main account. It's always the question when I wake up on Saturday mornings. Am I feeling lucky? And the answer today was no. All right, hole number 17. Let me go glance at it. This is the hole. This hole right here is. This hole, Playdemic came out and said 29% of the people that are playing this hole are getting pars. So it is eating people's lunch. All right. I know exactly what I'm doing on this hole. It's the same thing I do on this hole every time I play it, whether I'm using a Marlin. When I'm using a Marlin, I will say when I'm using a Marlin, I don't get greedy. When I'm using a Marlin, I just lay it up and I'm in maximum sniper range. And it's super easy to get up there. And most people come to this, 30% of the people come to this hole and epic fail. And so that means 30% of the time you can just win right on the course off of their first shot. And then there's another group of people that epic fail on the second shot. And so this is one of those holes that if you play fairway to green and one-on-one, you'll win 50% of the time right on the course. You won't ever have to go to a shootout. Because the best shootout that you can play is the one that you never had to go to. You just beat your opponent out on the course. And see if they're going to do the max overpower hook. And their blue ring should be somewhere out. Yeah. I didn't take the wind out, so the wind's going to push him back 4. That's 2 rings. I haven't worked out the numbers for the max horsepower hook because I'm not trying to get that greedy. That was a great bounce, though. That should put him way up there. Should put them way up there. They will have no problem getting on from there. Okay, I don't have my grid on, so I'll have to eyeball it. In that neighborhood, 2.7, I'm adding on 10%, so it's going to be 3 rings. 3 rings. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. See if that puts me right down through the middle. It should put me right down through the middle. Now, it should put me a minimum wood, which is 1.5 per ring, and I'm doing a 5% adjustment. So it's 1.05 times the wind divided by 1.5. That's the thing about hitting way up front is you can get up there with the Nirvana. And actually, it's not a bad shot because look at where their second bounce is. Their second bounce is on the fringe. Well, it was on the fringe when they had that little bit of topspin on it and it was running flat. There we go. Pull back a little. There you go. And that's what I did wrong on the front was I actually had my second bounce was on the hill. I needed to adjust that out a little bit so that I could get my second bounce on the fringe. That way, that hill is making your ball take, at least it's making my ball take an irregular bounce. And the one eagle that I did pick up on here, I was able to avoid that hill, and I didn't get that irregular bounce. It rolled straight to the cup. You see where there's a lip on it, and it takes an irregular bounce. 2.6 equals divided by 1.5, 1.82 rings. Yeah, 3 rings off of that. You get where I can see where I'm adjusting my ball to. It's 1.82 rings. There's 1.8. Try and snap it off and get it great to the left. And it went great to the left. That's what's funny is if you hit it great to the left, it goes great to the left. If you hit it great to the right, it goes way great to the right. Not in the hole. So I'm putting all of the pressure on the very last hole. So I just need to go out and get an Albie on the last hole so I can get back to minus 24 so I can at least have shot the minimum score in my practice account. At least got something going. This is why this account, it has varying results. You get up on Saturday morning and you have a great opening round. You get up on Saturday morning. I don't know how you guys work, but on my thing is like, I'm actually just like done with it. I get up Saturday morning. I think, oh, I got to play my accounts. And it's like, I'm done. I'm done with it. I just don't even want to play. And you got to get motivated to come out and play. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. I will forfeit. I'm falling for that trick. If I played those a little bit more, I'd have a better shot on them probably because I'd have a little bit more practice on them, especially for replication. When I first started playing, I played all the shootouts because I was playing, the coin thing was an issue. And when I was playing in the higher brackets, I was playing expert, playing masters. You're playing masters, you're forfeiting $1 million a shot, and I couldn't afford to do that. And I hit a ton of hole-in-ones and shootouts. I finally got sick of it. All right, I'm on City Park hole number 6. I just want to glance at it. All right, that's the hole. I know the hole. I know the deal. I know it. Extra mile. Sniper. Sniper. Everything else there will work. Kingmaker. That's all I need. I'm not bringing a putter. I am going to pick up my shot that I dropped right here on my timeout experience. I'm going to get it right here, right now. Get the Albie, get myself back up to 24, and be done. I have a really good shot in my 77 account. I came in number one in tiebreakers in that. So I shot a 29 coming in, and I have a really good shot in that account if I can replicate it. I think even if I come in with a 28, I'm at least giving myself a look at it. So it's not quite max. I'm trying to come in right where that ball guide's at. Just a little bit to the left of it. I'm going to pull back just a little. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment. So that's basically 3. Do a ring and a half. Let's see if we can hit this perfect. See if my mom calls me. She called me right when I was doing this on the front. And I hit it great to the left and ended up in the rough on the other side. Clip it. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. All right, we got a shot for Albie right here. I'm not doing any special wind adjustment, and I'm just doing a straight up 1 for 1. I'm in my, it's 1 per ring. Whatever the wind is, that many rings. 3.2 wind, 3.2 rings, whatever it happens to be. That's in the rough. If you got a Nirvana, you can make it from there. And one of the things that I've been doing is I've been coming at it with too much of an angle. I want to come a little straighter at it. Okay, it's 2.4. That's 2.4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Get in the hole. Do not make me pull out my putter. No, that missed. Just a bit on the inside. I was coming out a little bit more to the left, and I was having to put a little bit of right-hand side spin on it. And it was super close. I made a hole. I made the Albie. I missed the Albie on bounces. Man, that ball was so close to the edge. I can't believe it didn't fall in the hole. And then I came out and I hit it, set it up exactly the same way, and it ended up to the left. I think I had too much side spin on it. I was too far to the left. And then I hit an Albie on it. And then I had to limp up where my opponent's at. And then I missed it right there to the right. All right, ending up with the 23. That's obviously not where I need to be in my main account, but getting around in so that I could take one more look at the holes with my practice account. I'm going to go through tonight before I go to bed, and I'm going to watch. There's a couple holes that I want to watch, especially in my 77 account in the opening round. There's a couple holes that I want to watch to see exactly, make sure that what I did on that hole to pick up that shot is what I have written down on my notes. So tomorrow morning when I play my 77 account, I've got the freshest set of notes that I have. Because I really do think I have a serious chance of getting a banner. In this bracket, not sure what's at the top. I have no clue. No clue. But the way it's been looking so far this week is obviously if you can shoot better than a 28, you're in a better spot. But a lot of these brackets, I think that if you shoot a 28, you could end up netting a win. Because a lot of people are having problems with hole number 3, and that's making it the minimum score at minus 11 and picking up a couple shots on each side. What are you being pissed off about, dude? I just gave you a win. I just gave you coins, and you're going to give me the frowny face? Coming in 19th. Where was the 24s? That one freaking shot. Because I came in with a 27 tiebreaker. So let's see what the top 24 had. That would have netted me 12th. 27 tiebreaker. 12. What did I have as a tiebreaker? My qualification round 12. 2, 3. It would have been up there close. It would have been still, would have been a top 15. Looking at a top 20 right here. Let's see what's up at the top. Got a 31 at the top, 29, 28. That's what I'm saying. 28. I think 28, and in most brackets, a 28 could net you. It gives you a shot at a banner, and depending on your bracket, you could have a shot at a win. I know my teammate Kyle, he shot a 28, and the person leading his bracket was at 30. But I think a lot of these brackets, you're going to see some. You know, if you can shoot a 28 or better, you've got a serious chance of getting a win. I think a lot of the people in the bracket are going to be in the 22 is going to be a huge number. We got a lot of people left in this bracket that haven't played. So by the time it's all said and done, in this particular bracket, this 23 will probably be a top 30, probably be in the top 30 somewhere in that neighborhood. But I think at the top up there, those are pretty good. That 31, 29, those are pretty good scores. You're still going to see those people up towards the top. Let's check Yo Mergers. Shot a 27 in the opening round. On fire. Got a couple wins. 3 billion coins earned. 10,000 games. Been rocking it out. Let's check out our second place opponent. Got some banners. 2.9 billion earned. That's the thing, is everybody in this bracket was, or has been a Masters. 3 billion earned, got some banners. So there's a lot of, like, everybody in this bracket's a master player. So everybody in this bracket's got good stuff. You're not going out there. If you look at my clubs and go, yeah, you can't, just because you got good clubs, when you're playing against a lot of other people that have good clubs, you got to actually be able to execute. All right, that was the weekend round for my practice account in the Coast to Coast tournament. Nothing special. I actually had an epic fail because I timed out and didn't get the 24, just trying to shoot the minimum score just to go out there and get another round in. Not bad, not good, but another tournament in the deal. I see that there's another tournament I haven't even. One of my teammates, Darren, posted what the holes are for the Origin Cup. See how much time I got. Make sure I got enough time I can talk here for a second. Gave me all the holes on what the holes are. So I know what all the holes are, and I don't have to look them up. So thanks, Darren. That saves me some time. It's always frustrating because they don't give us the stuff. So having those, I can go through. As soon as the tournament's over tomorrow, as soon as I get done playing my 77 account, I'm going to go through and put together. I'm not sure if I'm going to play in this tournament. I'm going to do a walkthrough. I may go out there and play just one account. I'm going to be really busy next week, but I may play one account through it, just to go out and play it with one account. But I think that we're probably going to have the spring major the following week, and I don't really want. I want to have some rest time, just a little bit of time off between tournaments going into the major. I want to be fresh going into the major, so I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it, but I will put up a walkthrough. And I'll do a scouting report, and then I'll probably play one account. I'll probably play my 77 account and just play it going through it, but I don't know how much practice or how good my notes will be, but I will go through and play it. All right. Thanks for watching, and everybody be safe out there, and have a great tournament.